Hello, beautiful people. It is Fro Boy. We're doing another unboxing today. I'm really excited. Theory Saber released at the time of this recording a few weeks ago. A really cool looking lightsaber, and it's from the Jedi Survivor game. The Cal Kalestis famous saber, but with a nice twist and certain particular modification. So this is going to be done differently than what I normally do, just to see if you guys might find this type of video more appealing. So with that being said, let's get on with pulling out the saber. All right, guys, here we have the Crossguard variant of Cal's lightsaber from Jedi Survivor. Now, this wasn't in Fallen Order, which was the first game in the series, and this was kind of an upgrade that happened in the game. Now, I gotta say, when I first opened the box, this thing was covered in two lightsaber sleeves, which makes sense because it's practically the size of two lightsabers. You can disconnect the couplings there and store this better for whatever convenience that you have. I did try to see if I can hook that into this piece to maybe shorten the grip, just out of curiosity. No, it's not designed for that, and I did try a few different combinations. There's a lot of nice details to this. Like when you look at this, you can imagine or properly visualize the lightsaber that he's using in the game. It's really nice, and it's got a nice weight to it. It's not as heavy as I thought. They definitely found a solid balance between weight and convenience when it comes to wielding this thing. This thing is a beast. Now, I will say though, however, there were some issues I came across when I first started using this lightsaber for cosplay. For these things, the seller points, aside from the massive side, these things are a bit of a hassle at times. To elaborate, as you can see, there are these two fasteners there that obviously control how loose this can be. You just tighten it and then it will just stay in place. The thing is that something that you don't really realize until you use it more, even if you tighten it all the way and you can gradually just move it back and forth, the more you do that, the looser they become. I do think that that's a bit of a disappointment, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, let's be honest, it's a fair compromise for most people, and I learned to stop complaining about it. Also, on the other side, it's actually identical. So there were a lot of times where I accidentally changed the sound front and had to figure out which side was which before I was able to tell which one was the on button, which was off. So to compensate, I did this trick. The vertical saber that I got, right now it's loose, so I didn't tighten it down. I loosened it just to show you. I changed the side with the aux button in order to make sure that I could tell the difference from a simple glance between these things and the standard, which are these. I'll put a picture up right now to show you the difference. But yeah, these are the standard fasteners that go on these. There was 4 of them. And I used the 2 extras from the vertical stand that I bought separate, which is not part of this. It's a separate thing because I want to be able to differentiate them. Also, these things are a lot harder to strip down. If you work with tools and you work with fasteners, screws, or anything, you know that gradually wear and tear happens the more you spin or mess with something. And especially in my field, working with military aviation, that is a common thing. That is a common issue. So I do think that what they need to do is maybe improve on the screws. And also, for some reason, the original screws here, they only gave me 4 sets. They did not give me extras. And even with the Allen key, these things are stripping out pretty easy. You see how that looks a bit messed up right now? Yeah. Now, thankfully, I haven't had any major issues with these so far. Now, worst case, if your stuff does get a bit too stripped and you need to remove it for whatever reason to adjust, or you want to tighten it down, if you do have the screw, I do recommend having your own Allen key set or tool of anything. Also, this is a best friend of ours in the military aviation field, at least in the Navy Marines, Aircraft Easy Grip. We do actually use this on actual jets for convenience. It is designed to kind of add a bit of a substance between the tool you're using and to the stripped, damaged hull of the fastener or screw. So just keep that in mind. It's pretty cheap, not that expensive compare.
And thankfully, I have not needed to use that yet, but I do keep that at home just in case, because I've seen how it worked on aircraft, and trust me, we do a lot of unscrewing and screwing on certain panels and other maintenance stuff in the military. Another thing we'll say is that there are 4 holes in which you can enter and tighten down the blade. I only did the top 2 on this side and on this side. I did notice that one of them, I forgot what side it was seemingly not very thread friendly in regards to some of the screws that you can put in there. Let me pull this there. You know, the stuff that we put into these blades. One of them was not really, welcoming for one of them. I just had to switch them and it was able to go in a lot easier. So I do think that there's a bit of a quality issue with some of the threads on these. I did try these in the bottom and they were pretty much fine. I didn't have any issues. Mind you, for the demonstration, all I did was just tighten the top 2 and that was enough to hold it. But I do recommend that you just tighten all 4 screws. These 2 here and the same thing on the other side. And again, this is the button. So just keep that in mind. Again, because these screws that were extras from the vertical stand that I had, they're a lot more distinctive and I can immediately glance at them and tell the difference. I do think Theory Sabers needs to provide more of these or maybe upgrade the screws a bit because they are a bit too thin and they're pretty fragile. But once you actually tighten these down, they're going to hold in place whether you want it like this, like that, or however you want it. So yeah, now I'm going to show you guys how it looks when we actually connect the blade and swing it around.
Hey guys, so yep, here it is with the blade installed. Like I just said a few seconds ago in that cut.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah, that's the best way I would describe this. So with that being said, dude, look at this. Yep, it's currently on Cal's sound front, Cal Cassis. Look at that. Oh, woo! I had a lot of fun wearing this, or I'm sorry, using this at a convention shortly after I received this in the mail. I'll post the picture right here, but you get the idea. I had a lot of fun. This thing is really good. And as I said, I adjusted these so that they're tight. So let's try a different color. Just hold it on the side since this is a Proffie. Yeah, let's go with purple. Look at that. This thing is huge. Like, this might be one of the largest swords I've ever held. I'm just saying universal because let's be honest, Star Wars or not, there's just something empowering about holding a Crossguard sword like this, or the Bastard sword that you would see. Kylo Ren had one, and I think this is the best looking one from Star Wars itself. Let's try a different sound front. I do notice that in the previous videos, even though there's a Proffie, I don't really get to show it off, so I do apologize for that. So let's try a different sound front and try different color combinations.
Second, sister.
No.
Sokatano.
Alright, let's try a different color. I never really noticed how some sound fronts have exclusive colors, but I do like the more emphasis on the gray. Okay, let's try a different one. You guys know I like orange. Alright, let's try a different one.
The Dark Saber belongs to you.
Yeah, I do know certain sound fronts, they don't let you change the color with ease. So let's try a different sound front. Sorry, I have this annoying habit of not letting the thing load up and then pressing it. Sometimes it just causes that glitch where it just doesn't ignite the way it's supposed to. So let me do that again. Oh. Let's do this on the side. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you gotta hold this thing on the side. At an angle. This is really nice. Oh, and I flicked that. As I mentioned before, the more that you move this, the looser these fasteners tend to get. And as I mentioned, I do think it's kind of odd that there was only the initial 4 sets of these. And I had to improvise with the extra screws that I had from the vertical stand that I got. Which I do think is a lot better for the reasons I mentioned. Let's change something else.
Just a simple wonder.
Now this is pod racing.
At least this one lets you change colors any way you want.
Morgan has that. He's no good to me dead.
Let's try a couple more. Alright, by this point, it's just a demonstration.
It's just Ben. At last we will have Master Yoda. Darth Sidious.
Oh, that's such a beautiful sound. I do apologize for the camera angle if it's kind of weird.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Ah, that green. Man.
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Oh, that's a fantastic sound.
On Cal.
And this is PD-1.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, playing this in the game, this thing is so satisfying. It's heavy, so it's not for everyone, but it's definitely one of my favorite modes in the game. Nice, Aqua. Well, guys, that was pretty much the demonstration for this. Well, I wouldn't really call it a demonstration, but you get the idea. Hey guys, I hope you like that Saber review. Now, for my mystery Saber, as I mentioned before, that Saber was so big that they had to take up the entire space that you would normally see for 2 Sabers if they're sending you 2 in 1. So this is obviously a much thinner, hey, just in case we need to send something that's pretty straightforward. So it's a lot more narrow, but overall it's just pretty much what you expect. You got your booklet, you got your toolkit. I'm not going to cut this just so I can give you guys a clear indication of everything. You got your blade. Oh, this is an interesting saber. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of it right now. Hi guys, so here's my mystery saber, the Disruptor Shield V2. Now, thankfully, unlike the one I was looking for before that I couldn't find, this one did pop up on the site. And I gotta say, it's a pretty nice looking saber. Compared to the other one, which was somewhat generic, well, I won't say somewhat, it was very generic. This one is really cool to look at. Now, I gotta be honest, I don't actually know where this saber's from. I'm gonna assume that it's just a saber that just became an original community driven. I do know that TXQ sabers, they tend to come up with their own design, and that is what it looks like to me. At least when I tried Googling, I don't recognize who made this saber, or at least not made, but who's the character that uses the saber, so it could just be original design. I'm gonna guess based on these symbols.
But yeah, it's a pretty nice design. It's unique. It's something you gotta really appreciate when it comes to budget sabers, when they actually have some uniqueness in design, not like a lazy, You've seen how on Ultra Sabers they tend to be associated with the cheapest sabers, but again, they're just simplistic in design. This one is pretty nice. I'm actually pretty happy with the fact that they add color to it, that there's something about it that stands out. There's three screw points for the blade. And again, this one's RGB. Big surprise. You have your single button there. The sound, you can see the speaker in there. And yeah, it's a pretty cool lightsaber. Let's see what it looks like with the blade.
Hey guys, so I went ahead and attached the blade. So with that, right now I have it on the Boring Party font, which is Darth Vader's theme. Let's try changing the color. 1, 2, 3. You press it. Yeah, this one's a bit differently than what I was used to on the other one, where I automatically just rotated in color. 1, 2. There you go. Yeah, you can do the modifications. You guys are already familiar with it. But yeah, for a free saber, I mean, it's nice. It's definitely on the cheap side. You're looking at just under $190 for the standard RGB, and if you want to do the Proffie, you're looking at $360. Again, this ain't a bad hilt, but I do think that unless you really want it, I say there's nothing wrong with going to some of the lower tiers when it comes down to the soundboard. You guys already know how I feel about that. But yeah, I got no complaints. I think this is a nice free hilt that I can add to my collection. So with that in mind, I hope you guys like these reviews. Keeping... I'm so sorry. I guess my sickness is still there. Just keep an eye out for my next set of videos. Hopefully by May the 4th, I'm planning to do 2 very special unboxing videos. Maybe not on the very same day, but it's going to be a nice one on May the 4th. So, ciao for now.